Good evening or good night, depending on where you are from. We have another match of Dota coming up, and this time it is the grand finals for the 4PL Cup number 11, and it is a best out of 3. This is game number 1. This is Quantic versus Just Dota or JT Dota, however you want to call them. And I have with me my co-caster Doc. How are you?
I am doing fine. We've been casting this series since like 6 hours ago, and we have seen most of these teams play at least once, except for Josh Tabak. Actually, I was kind of sad to not see the Tough Bananas to be here, but whatever. If they beat the Tough Bananas, then that means they're much better than the Tough Bananas, or at least that's what it's supposed to be, and so it should be an even more interesting game than I expected, right?
Yeah, well, let's certainly hope so. It is indeed so that we have been casted one of the two branches, if you want to call them that way, from the single elimination bracket of 4PL, and we've been casting the branch where Quantic came from. So Just Tobacco is going to be the first time for us to see them here on stream, and we do know them from, I mean, their name should be familiar to most people. They are an American team, so we are indeed playing on American servers for this game as well, and they have been around for quite a while as well. So I'm curious to see how they're going to go up against this team. They are all friends of each other, I believe, or at least maybe not real friends, but they know each other, so we might see some banter going on. Just a warning, as that already was the case in the chat as well. But just so you know, these teams know each other, so no hard feelings. And we have the first ban out from Just Tobacco is going to be the TA. They do not want to face Korik's TA. I do not blame them. They're also going to ban out Lycan, and we see the Chen ban out from Quantic. And it is the first pick that is actually going to to the Radiant. In which case, I indeed find again curious that the team with the first pick is going to ban out something like a Lycan, maybe something that they would have want to pick up for themselves, but banning it out themselves, kind of showing like, okay, you know what, we don't want to play it either. So banning that one out as the Naga Siren gets banned out by Quantic. Let's see, what do you expect them to want to have as a first pickup?
Well, I am thinking Invoker will be good in this case because we don't have a TA anymore. That's a relief. We've been seeing a lot of TA games, and Touch Tobacco kind of getting rid of that means that there is going to be a possibility of Invoker mid and not get completely shut down in this case. AM is still in the pool, obviously. We have seen AM fail quite a few times throughout this series, but I mean, he's still a fairly good hero if you can give him a good early game, and that's what he needs. He needs a good early game. If he doesn't, as you can see from our last game that we casted, he just doesn't have a nice time. He like 28 minutes in, he still does not have B Fury. He's still useless. Rubik is going to get banned. That means Josh Tobacco is not going to be able to get the Rubik, which would actually be a fairly good opening in this case as well. Like I said, Invoker's still there. Lesh and Tidehunter are still available as well, but quite honestly, in a lot of picks and bans phase nowadays, you actually want to be second pick so you can grab 2 heroes instead of 1. It's like usually you grab Lesh or Tidehunter regardless. Also, the Enigma's not in there as well, and oh yes, Morphling. I was going to mention that as well. So Morphling is going to be their opening hero in this case, and we're going to have a Leshrac and Tidehunter. Called it. I definitely called that one.
You called basically every hero. You called so many heroes. Of course you're gonna get them right. Isn't that the way it goes?
I'm pulling like a Toby here. He calls in like
exactly.
He calls like everything, and then it's like, oh, I called it.
Oh,
no, but I said they're gonna pick 2 of the heroes. Usually, Leshrac and Tidehunter will go together. Okay, or at least that was what I intended to say. So I apologize. Then
I will give you kudos where it's due, credits where it's due. You called that combination indeed. Was the first pickup Morphling? I mean, they don't really Quantic if they want to go for the Anti-Mage, which I don't think they do. I don't think they really enjoy it all that much. But if they do want it, they can just pick it up still as their third pickup. No rush there. Rather picking up that solid team fight as well as Leshrac, which could be either a solo or a support, so I'm not sure yet which one that will be, as we see Just Back taking their time to think about what they're going to draft here. I mean, they're going into reserve time as well. We do still have the Enchantress and the Enigma still in the pool. And I keep saying Enchantress, but she hasn't been picked up today at all. But at least the Enigma, which is a good one to have if you already have a Tidehunter on the opponent team. You want to have some team fight of yourself, perhaps. And there is, of course, no longer a Rubik in the game, so that counter is already out of the pool. And you would secure a jungle hero for yourself. So I would like to see that one. And maybe combined with the solo lane already, or yeah, with the solo lane already, maybe something crazy like a bounty hunter, even though I don't think that will be a pick right now. That's more a pick of like the last two. But yeah, one of those solo lanes like Queen of Pain or a Windrunner, some solid thing that you can't really do anything wrong with. What do you expect they're gonna pick up, seeing that they are almost out of time? You have a very short time to think about that.
I actually do think they will pick up a bounty hunter, one from one of these teams, because bounty hunter will actually be very helpful. Just not only to keep the Morphling in check, but as well as if it was picked by this Radiant team, then they can be pretty easy pickups on the two support heroes. Those two support heroes, even though they are like considering two of the most powerful heroes, those are two powerful support heroes currently, but they really do lack escape mechanisms. So like a hero such as Bounty Hunter or Morphling can just kind of run them down very, very easily. So we might be seeing that. Chaos Knight and Ancient Apparition, that's going to bring a fairly good combo. Most likely they're going to be dual laning bottom. Yeah. Morphling is going to be going mid. Chaos Knight, Ancient Apparition, if there's a 2-second stun, that should, and I say should, guarantee a cold feet proc as well, and that should be an easy pickoff for whoever is the unlucky person at bottom. They do have to watch out for Tidehunter eventually when Tidehunter does get his Kraken Shell, but early game should be fairly easy when Tidehunter only has the points in Gush and Anchor Smash. So yeah, we're most likely going to be seeing a Morphling going mid this game. I wonder what Quantic is going to pick to kind of go against that.
Yeah, I mean, normally with the Leshrac you go with something with a solid stun like a Chaos Knight, which would have been a nice combination, but they can't go for that anymore, and they are actually the one to go with the safe pick, to go with the pick of the Windrunner. Windrunner is, I mean, you can't really go wrong with the Windrunner. She can solo lane, she can mid lane, side lane, tray lane, support Windrunner. It's all happened before. She is really one of those picks. Just like Leshrac, she can do everything. So solid pick at that. They do risk the anti-mage being banned out, but if they really wanted the anti-mage, they would have picked it up right now, and they don't do that. So they're gonna go for a different route. They have to do something though. If they're gonna use only team fights to deal with the lineup from Judge to back right now, I'm not sure if they can do it, because Chaos Knight is a pretty tanky hero, and like you said, the combination with the Age Deprivation will make them a strong laning duo. Morphling can potentially have a solo lane, but maybe they're gonna have a dual lane as well, and there goes still the anti-mage ban, just in case. But Quantic needs to have something against these two heroes. If it's going to be Ricky, I'm not sure, because can he burst enough damage on the Chaos Knight to be able to get him down? I'm not sure. I'm thinking right now Dragon Knight, but then again that takes too long, because then the Morphling will be too big. They're in a tough position right now. Chaos Knight, Morphling already picked up. TA banned out. That would be a good one here against this lineup. But they're being put in a tough spot. We have a Venomancer ban out, so from Quantic, so maybe they're expecting JT to still go for that hard trial lane, maybe with the Chaos Knight, Age Separation, and a Venomancer, or of course dual lane with the Morphling. Venomancer is a good support for either situations. And we might see Crystal Main being banned out for the next one as well, or maybe a Shadow Demon, but if there's no anti-mage anymore, they don't really need to ban a Shadow Demon anymore, I guess. And a ban out from Just Back, maybe Faceless Void. I mean, we saw Quantic use the Faceless Void earlier today, but that would also mean that they are planning on taking it up against the Morphling in late game, and I'm not sure if they want to do that, because that Chaos Knight is going to make sure that they have a hard time farming up that Faceless Void, I would imagine. Is it going to be the Invoker that's going to pick up the last ban here?
Yeah, that was just in case that they do have a strong mid lane, because Morphling is going to be going mid, so whoever is going to go against the Morphling definitely needs to be would be a good hero. And Invoker does fairly well against Morphling, given that Invoker does have really good harassment and really good regen as well, so Morphling is going to have a little bit of tough time. It is possible though for Morphling to kind of nuke past the amount of the Ember regen that Invoker has. It's just a matter of how much room control he has. in this case. Yeah, I'm not really sure of what other candidates for carrying would there be. Bounty Hunter would be a somewhat of okay kind of a ganker, and they will go for a mid game lineup for a Team Quantic, but I mean, other than that, I really don't see them having any other candidates. They might just have to go for a mid game lineup instead in order to try to out carry, or no, not out carry, but at least out push and win.
Yep. Of course, the Enigma is still in the pool. Beastmaster gets banned out here, so Enigma could be potentially a Beastmaster. Is of course a semi-counter to that, and we do know that JT still needs a solo hero if they have Morphling with the support. And Beastmaster is a hero that they don't want to face. If they can select as your solo hero, they rather want, for example, Queen of Pain that is still in the pool, or a Puck that is still in the pool. Bounty Hunter, as you said, still a solo hero that's still in the pool. That would make the lineup of JT really dangerous. But at the same time, that will leave them with not a lot of team fight, which is maybe what they should want with Quantic already going for the Tidehunter, of course. But as you said, I mean, there's just not that much they can do against lineup. I mean, they can't go for the same type of strategy. They can't go for a hard carry, I feel like. Of course, yeah, we did see them with the Faceless Void earlier today. It will be a Crystal Main that will be supporting the Morphling as expected. So we're just waiting for the last solo lane for them. They can basically go for anything for them. If it's going to be long lane, if it's going to be mid, if it's going to be bottom, it can be anything. And let's see what the response to Quantic is. I'm quite curious to see how they are going to deal with this. They don't really need any hard support anymore. I mean, their Leshrac is going to be having to take up that role, I feel. And I need something tanky. Brewmaster could be a hero here to pick up. If he has a good start, he might be able to do something against this lineup.
They are actually out of time.
Still a bonus time. 23 seconds left.
Oh yes, there we go. Yes, yeah, the timer was a little bit misleading, but actually, I actually have a suggestion. What do you think of Luna as a counter carry to the Morphling in this case? Because Luna does have quite a bit of burst damage, so the Morphling is going to be a little bit hesitant upon kind of diving the Luna in this case. So it might work, right?
Yeah, I have seen Luna today, and it did work versus Naga Sirens, but I mean, for example, it might work against Morphling, but I do think that he'll be able to morph into strength at some point if he has illusions around him. And Chaos Knight is really not that good of a target for Luna. I think he is just too tanky for it. They pick up a Nature's Prophet though, so pushing it is, I think. Or maybe with the Death Prophet to go, they might be able to out-push the lineup of JT. It is at least a best out of 3, so if it doesn't work out, then they still have a chance to. But yeah, they might just go for what you said, like as soon as Tide is level 6, they might just start pushing and not give up on pushing. But their lanes aren't as strong as the lanes of JT, I think. I mean, Crystal Main Morphling is a pretty strong lane, and will indeed be Queen of Pain picked up here with the Beastmaster banner. Let's see the last hero. I mean, I have to say Enigma is a pretty good pushing hero as well. Of course, I'd rather see a Death Prophet because she's fun. She can be tanky as well, and BKBs don't do anything to her. At least Exorcism will still go through. At least I'm thinking about Chaos Knight picking up a BKB.
Yeah, the amount of ghosts that's gonna help in terms of pushing and just preventing the team from kind of pushing or fighting back at least. It's definitely up there. They're running actually really low on time now on the picks. 1 second left, and
yeah,
yes,
you called it.
I think I called that
yes,
one.
Yes, you
there.
definitely did. You definitely
yes, it
did.
is going to be Luna. I mean, this strategy has been like kind of laid out there. Both of the carries has been banned, so Quantic didn't really have that many choices left in terms of carries in the current metagame, at least. I mean, they could pull out some unorthodox picks such as like PA or PL, but you'll never see that in a serious tournament, especially now it is in the finals. So it's not going to happen. But Luna is actually going to be fairly nice because Luna is going to be most likely going top as a tri-lane with Tidehunter and Leshrac, and then winner going bottom, and then or even winner going mid. That can work too, and then Nature's Prophet pulling from bottom instead. That could work as well. But either way, I think Luna should be able to have a fairly decent early game. The problem comes when Chaos Knight decides to get out of his lane and start fighting against that Luna. Then that's where Luna's gotta play careful. It needs to kind of back up or tries to win the battle. But if she doesn't, then I think she's not gonna have a fun time.
Nope. She is one of those heroes that is just very squishy. I mean, if you already see her starting HP, she has got 3 armor, but she's just a squishy hero. She trades it though. She has extra movement speed. At the same time, normally, because normally there's no Lunas in the game. Normally I say that Chaos Knight is the fastest hero in that game because there's no Luna, but this time there's a Luna. But Chaos Knight can't keep up, especially if he gets drums. He can't keep up with that Luna if Luna doesn't have drums. So a horse versus a tiger. I'm not sure who will win that. On base movement speed, it's gonna be the tiger, but panther, I should say. It's a panther, right? Yeah.
Well, also another point is that usually now you will see the Luna going for the heel boots, the trunkle boots,
Yeah.
which actually has a higher movement speed compared to the treads, which most Chaos Knights would be going for. So in that sense, I think I think Luna is going to be able to outrun the Chaos Knight. But of course, Chaos Knight does have that reality rift, so it doesn't really matter if he's in range for that, drags Luna in, then Luna is pretty much screwed anyway. So it doesn't matter if he can outrun or not. Let's introduce the players real quick. So I'm still running a little bit of a cold here. Karaka is going to be playing that Luna. That's kind of expected. Hardline, that's 1437, is going to be playing the Leshrac. Brax is going to be playing the Furion. Tyler is going to be played by Paint. And the winner is going to be played by the Standing Universe.
Yeah, and it is indeed, it's Paint and Gold indeed. And I am just curious, that Nature's Prophet, his horns look pretty cool. I do like his horns. They're not standing up. Anyway, let's jump ourselves over to Josh Tobacco, whereas Tobacco himself is going to be on the Chaos Knight. We see White Smurf playing the Morphling, Rolo is going to be playing the Ancient Apparition, and it's going to be Whitebeard that will be playing the Crystal Main Forest team, leaving Derp on the Queen of Pain, soloing the top lane. But we're waiting to see if something is going to come from the low ground. Josh Tobacco is not going to get lucky though. Maybe he'll be able to get a rune instead. Not a kill, but runes might be nice. As we see Nature's Prophet going to scout out with his Treants, going to take the safe route though, going to check out what they'll find on this bottom lane, which lane there's going to be, which dual lane there's going to be fair. I mean, it's going to be the Morphling together with the Crystal Maiden, obviously, they now know that, knowing that the dual lane mid will be the Chaos Knight and the Ancient Apparition, which actually picks up the Illusion Rune for that. But that's at least, now they know how they can lane this. We have Universe mid lane, so she'll be having a tough time against that combination. Chaos Knight, Ancient Apparition. Brax will be probably going towards the bottom lane with the Tidehunter pulling on the top lane on a semi-trail lane with 1437 and Korok there on the top lane versus the Queen of Pain.
Surprising to see that the Furion is actually nowhere near the bottom lane at the moment, because he knows he's not going to be able to get waves until the Creepback Rim has eventually pushed him over. So at the moment he's just kind of pulling it away. He probably could have even made a stack on the agents at this time, but no, instead he's going to be going to the lane and greet the this is the second wave coming in. At top, it's like you said, Luna going to be dual laning with the Leshrac. So the Luna is going to have some fairly easy lane here, especially since the Cautious or Queen of Pain is not going to be able to do too much in this lane. Going to get constantly harassed, so this is going to be some right clicks battle at the moment. He did level Edict first, so if the Queen of Pain doesn't really go in there, or if the Queen of Pain makes a mistake in jumping in, then he can take a lot of damage as well. Tidehunter manages to do I think that was actually a double pull. Yeah, I think that was like a double pull.
I think so too.
This camp pulls away, and he pulls it into the big camp and denies at least one creep there. So that's a very nice way to go.
Yeah, he doesn't stay around for all the experience, it seems though. Gonna rather make sure that he pulls the next creep wave. This creep wave is actually gonna stack out though. Oh, we might have a first blood here. Queen of Pain blinks away in time. Well, I say in time, but it was actually Leshrac that was lower, but Edict making sure that she indeed back off. Force out the Edict as a first spell from the Leshrac, and the harassment is going to continue. Derp really wants to go for this. Look at that. He might be able to get it as well. He only has a blink, but that might be all it needs. Gosh still lands on Derp. Derp, he will... What a name. He will be able to blink away still. Oh, look at that. Pops up the cell before it blinks off. It still blinks off. There will be another Gush soon as Nature's Prophet TP's in, and this will be turning into a first blood and will be going towards Painted Gold on his Tidehunter. Support Tidehunter with no mana left. And this leaves 4 heroes on the top lane. We might see a push coming out. No, actually, Brax is just going to make sure that he can defend the top bottom tower. against this Morphling, who is, I have to add, free farming.
Yeah, that was just pretty good baiting come from 1437. Managed to get that, and he's going to have to pop another cell to keep himself alive in the lane. Luna, in the meanwhile, is already at level 4 right now. Did she just put a point in the stats, or yeah, it looks as if she did.
No,
Put a
she
point in
only
stats
just got
instead.
level 4, so maybe she didn't level up just yet.
Doesn't look like she's not leveling up yet. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Looking back at mid, CK is pretty much having free farm himself against the winner. Winner is going to have to stay back. It feels like all these heroes in the mid lane at the moment are usually going into the bottom lane. So that's kind of interesting to see. Like, it's not really anything irregular here. Yeah, she's got to play careful because she's already spent quite a bit of mana trying to stay alive. And if Rally Rift plus Chaos Bolt, that could mean certain death, because right now it is level 2 stun, so that's that's a maximum stun to 1 to 3 seconds. So that 3-second stun is going to definitely guarantee a cold feet proc, no matter how fast she'll be running out of it.
Yep, indeed. And Nature's Prophet actually gave up on farming on the bottom lane. He's gonna go into the jungle, helping also Painted Gold, getting some extra levels with his Treants. And they're still using the creep wave as help for that as well, denying all that farm to that Queen of Pain, making sure she stays low. She's a level 2, and she's actually not skilled to up her level 2 yet, because she's afraid of what can she do? What does she need? Maybe she's gonna be able to pick up a kill at some point if she harasses again like she did earlier, but she rather just saves it, knowing that, you know, she doesn't really need it for anything else anyway, because she's not gonna get anywhere. Trying to block what she can. Hopefully for her she'll get some farm soon, but another creeper being pulled here by the Dire, making sure that she's just not going to get it anytime soon. And this is also very dangerous. I mean, she knows that the Nature's Prophet is in the jungle, most likely, and Tidehunter and Nature's Prophet are going to get levels, and at some point it will reach like Brax thinking, you know what, I'm going to push a tower, and he's going to be able to do so, and that will be a tower going down very fast. Frostbite on Nature's Prophet, who just TP'd in though. There could be a weave form as well. Brax might be in a lot of trouble here. Is there going to be a weave form? Level 3, and he is on cooldown. Now it is off. It doesn't even need it though. Gets the last hit just by right-clicking him down, and that is a TP that Brax wish he didn't have. Look at that power shot. Universe making sure that we know why that is one of his signature heroes, or at least starting to become one of his signature heroes, I have to say. A very nicely aimed power shot there, able to pick up a Morphling, which is making it not worth the trade for a Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, now looking at the lanes right now, it looks as if the bottom lane was technically won by the Radiant side. The mid lane is pretty much won by the Radiant side as well, and as for top, won by the Dire side, obviously. But Dire side, even despite losing 2 lanes, technically they do kind of win the jungle as well, because they have the Fiora, who has been pretty much just free farming in this jungle lane with the Tidehunter helping him out as well. So the game seems fairly even at the moment. If you look at the gold and experience chart, the gold a significant amount of difference for the Dire side, because they got an extra kill. And did they get first blood as well, as I recall, right?
Mm-hmm.
As for EXP though, it's pretty much the same for both sides.
Yeah, and of course one thing to note here, I mean, from the looks of it, from our point of view, I feel like Morphlings have had free farm this entire time, apart from dying the out time from a Universe power shot there. But look at it. At his last hits, he's got 35 for 10. Luna, who's also had free farm, she is 41 for 18, so she's definitely winning on the free farm front there. And yeah, we knew that the lanes were going to be won by the dual lanes from JT. They're just that much stronger. I mean, you're not really going to do anything with this dual lane with the Chaos Knight and an Age Deparation. The only thing that Universe can be happy about is not dying, because that is what you expect. If you are with the dual lane, you are versus the solo lane, you are expecting to win that lane, and yes, they're winning that lane on last hits, but still Windrunner managed to pick up some last hits, and some denies as well, as we just saw. And I mean, they're not going to get killed. JT is not going to get killed anytime soon, or at least not from the looks of it. Tidehunter is level 6, that's why we see him roaming around here in this mid lane. He's ready for a fight, he's ready for a ravage, and we do have a drawing. They know that he's there. They know that they will have to watch out for that one. Nature's Prophet is going to TPing again to the bottom lane. This time he won't be sniped off though.
Yeah, he's just trying to push out this lane back a little bit, because this tower is going down very quickly. They're going to get ignored. Morphling is going to get that last hit, and that's already adding 1,400 gold into his bank account. Now coming in, where's the stun? No, that's just a tease. Shackle shot goes on. Now here comes the gush. Where's the Ravage? There it is. The Ravage going in. Power shot goes on the CK. CK goes down very easily. Now Cold Feet obviously not going to do too much. Oh, Rolo, gotta be careful as well. There's no gush though, so yeah, he's going to be okay. And the meanwhile, Queen of Pain actually gets DPS down, and Morphling, really fast reaction TP, actually managed to grab a kill on the Luna. That's gonna slow down. That's gonna be a huge setback for Luna as well. Luna now only sitting at 1,200 gold after face boots.
Yeah, and I just have to say, Rolo in the mid lane, Ancient Separation still died to the Nature's Prophet ultimate, which is actually also pretty painful. So overall, it was the dire side that definitely picked up some nice kills there. I mean, yeah, okay, Queen of Pain went down, but then again, Queen of Pain hasn't really had that good of a start, so she's not. It's not too bad that she gets shut down. What is more important is that Morphling, of all people, the carry of the Radiant side, killed off the Luna, the carry of the dire side, who's moved into mid to try to do something here. Picked up phase boots just so she's extra fast, and that is just a very big kill there for them there. She was free from, she was very high up there, but with Morphling picking up that kill, and he did die earlier, so that kind of puts him back in play, making sure that he got that advantage. I'm not sure what Luna is aiming for here. She has her Eclipse, maybe she wants to use it. There's 3 heroes mid though. I'm not sure if she knows that all 3 are there. Crystal Maiden is trying to keep out of view, but they do have a ward there, so I do think they saw her. But there's going to be some help, Universe being there as well. But that is that's actually going to be it. She's just going to farm some jungles here.
Yeah, right now, the dire side does not want to be too aggressive because the Leshrac is still healing at the moment. He does have a TP, so they can react to whatever gank coming in at mid or top. Furiel is going to be going top. Going to try to play with the Morphling a little bit, but he can't possibly be keeping up right now. So here comes Luna, gonna jump in. He's gonna actually pick off that. Oh man, Reality Rift just barely out of range thanks to Fog. And now that was just a free, easy kill. Luna actually pulling it off. That was really nice because he was just barely in range, and the range was only hitting the Luna in this case. So that was I don't think anyone expected that to come in from Karak. Now Karak is going to just go bottom. He's fairly high HP at the moment. He's going to have to support from the Tidehunter as well with the mana boots. So he's going to be spamming his elusive beam on whoever is in this lane, which is going to be the Akasha, or Queen of Pain, who hasn't really been doing that well. Just because she has been in the early game. Now here comes the 3-second stun, and then Ravage is going to try to cover that, but this Luna is pretty much dead. No, Magic Stick charge! Oh man, both CM and that goes down, and wow, what a power shot from Universe takes. Yes, just these power shots.
I know.
They're like as good as the YYF Shackles, if you've ever seen them.
No, but yeah, but on the edge of the power shot, Queen of Pain goes down. Wow, Jesus. Universe really having some nice power shots this game. Signature hero indeed. And Luna staying alive there, very important indeed. And she did not pick up a kill there, I believe. Ravage was used in time. They did not lose any heroes on that bottom lane. And they did manage to pick up and the tier 2 tower and a couple of kills. A couple of unlikely kills with the power shot. But still, good job indeed. Age Separation is now level 6, able to try to snipe off some heroes with his ulti. So we just saw him trying to use that, finding something. We do have everybody of Quantic going towards that bottom lane. Guys lands. Quantic kind of declaring like laning phase is over. Yes, you had stronger lanes, but we made sure that that didn't make a difference, and we're now gonna try to get some kills. And they do that pretty successfully, using the Ravage on cooldown and making sure that those teamfights are definitely theirs. And it was such a nice initiation also.
It was a really nice initiation, but both CK and CM dropped so quickly. Did not expect that to happen. The Anchor Smash just did so much damage. Look at the skill build on the Tidehunter. He maxed Anchor Smash, even though he was even though he didn't really have that much of a level. He's already level 8 in this game, thanks to the amount of jungling that was done with the Nature's Prophet during the laning phase. And it's definitely paying off. Early Ravage and his Anchor Smash is such a high level at the moment, dealing so much damage. And one thing you do have to worry about is that the Morphling still hasn't really been challenged in this game. He's already got the Eagle Horn. That's 12 minutes. That's a 12-minute Eagle Horn. Unfortunately, I missed the kill on Luna there. That's going to set her back a little bit. And also keep in mind, it is CK and Luna that's going to be able to have some carry potential, whereas it is only the Luna that's going to be able to have any carry potential in the on the dire side. So they gotta do something to this Morphling, either push him out of the lane or get a 5-man smoke gank and make sure they kill him. Because Morphling right now is fairly weak. He's sitting at 720 HP only, and it's only an Eagle Horn on him. So it's not a lot, but by the time he gets that Ethereal Blade, it will be he becomes a much different hero.
Yeah, for Quantic, it looks like the Ravage is back up. They did. Tobacco dodges the stun from a Shrek. Power Shot this time misses. They want to go for that though. They have the Ravage. They want to have that team fight, but so far they missed that opportunity. Still gonna be in there though. Lucent Bean upon Tobacco does some damage, having to force him back. Gets a stealth from his teammate Crystal Main. I do think that the tier 1 tower will drop here with Luna also harassing that. Luna is actually not that farmed indeed. She does need that gold. Tower will probably drop her. Edict helping out as well. Gush landing on Tobacco once again, who's trying to get in range maybe for something. Painted Gold wants to go for Ravage, doesn't even need it. Eclipse being used, 4-second stun. That is not going to stop the Eclipse. Tower drops. Nature's probably picking up the tower. Age Deparation ulti will fly in, but will fly way over his head. I'm not sure what Age Deparation was aiming for there, because that didn't do anything. And it is the tower that drops, and everybody backs out again. No fight like they wanted. They still pick up the the Chaos Knight. But Tidehunter really wants to just throw this Ravage, and it didn't happen. Meantime, top lane, ooh, White Smurf, Power Shot, Reform in. Is he going to be able to TP out? He's going to try. He's going to be able to. He is safe.
Yeah, he used it after both stuns were used on him. That was a fairly nice. I think Luna in that case should have just tried to save his Lucent Beam just for the sake of chasing him down. But then again, Morphling can simply just get out of the range then. So yeah, they tried it. They definitely needed more heroes to gank him, and it didn't happen. So they wasted a little bit of time. But at least now, like I said before, that they pushed the Morphling out of this lane. Then the Luna can farm this lane, but at the same time, Morphling needs to find a new lane to farm. At the moment, the bottom doesn't seem like a candidate to farm because it's so pushed at the moment. Mid lane is also kind of just slightly pushed because CM has been farming there as well. So Morphling now is going to lose out on some farm opportunity. He really wants to get that Ethereal Blade though. He's so close to it. He's got 500 gold left, and then he'll be able to get it, and then he can start snapping off heroes such as the Leshrac, the Windrunner, even Nature's Prophet. All these heroes are very, very fragile, and not to mention the Luna. The Luna does not really have that much of an HP either, only sitting at 1k at the moment, so it's a very easy target pick off, and they should be able to kind of go into a more ganking phase with the Morphling once he gets that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just they're talking about the TP from Morphling, why it's not on cooldown even if you just TP. But he just got a new TP, in which case as a caster you don't see the cooldown, so that is the case. Nothing really exciting. And Luna actually gonna go. I'm hoping I'm not gonna see Mask of Madness up on Luna. It would be quite interesting to see. We did see Leshrac still go down on the bottom lane earlier on. Age Deparation able to snipe it off with the Nature's Prophet, with the Age Deparation ulti. And Queen of Pain Sonic Waves to help out. Ooh, Brax in a lot of trouble. Will not shatter from the AA ulti though. Will be able to stay alive. And there is the Ethereal Blade completed. Oh, how White Smurf probably would have wished that he'd had that earlier. Oh, from the side. There is a 4-second stun tied onto no Ravage for use. Nice shackle though. Power Shot's going through. Tobacco in a lot of trouble. Ethereal Blade. There's the Ravage. Hits on 3. Will be enough. Painted Gold all the way out. He's gonna run as fast as he can. And he does. He's able to get away on 28 HP with that haste rune, saving his life. Leshrac in the meantime picking up a tier 2 tower on the bottom lane. Universe thinking about going after the Crystal Main, but is not going to be able to do it anymore. Tier 1 tower on the top lane drops as well, but they really have to go back towards the bottom lane right now because their tier 3 tower is getting harassed. Pushing army is there. Edith is going through. There's no fortification. Half of the tower's life is already down. Tidehunter still drops to the AA ulti. Nice run. Cork in a lot of trouble. Ethereal Blade. Weave from over the top. White Smurf picking it up. And the rest is on the run. They still manage to do a lot of damage to the tower though, but I do think that they might be in some trouble right now. There's a horse chasing them. Horse chasing horse. There is a Reality Rift. There is a Cold Feet. There is a 4-second stun. And that is Brax also going down. That is 4 heroes going down on the side of Quantic. And that is doubling the amount of kills that Judge Tobacco had before going into that encounter. They had 4 kills before that, and now they have 8. It's 8 for 10. As I do have to say, I mean, they did do fair chunk of damage. That's going to be their power, split pushing. And it does look like JT is not really ready for that to happen.
Yeah, this is where the Warflame's gold is going to be paying off into helping his team winning ganks. And he's already used Ethereal Blade potentially twice in the past like 2 minutes. So you're going to see more of that. He's picked up a Ogre Club, so he's going to be going for the BKB next. Definitely a good choice in this case because there's not any spells that can break through BKB on the enemy team, and so he's not going to be afraid of Luna's ulti if once he gets his BKB now, and he can just kind of go in there and shock out whoever he feels like, and he will not be able to. He doesn't care about that. But he doesn't even have his boots finished though because he won his Ethereal Blade so fast, and now he realizes he needs his BKB, so he's going to ignore that, which is. I think it makes sense because eventually he would want to get that BOT to kind of prevent split pushes. So saving his boots for boots of travels later on in the game, it's definitely a valid at the moment.
Yep, he does go for the gloves of haste though, so I do think the threads will be up next rather than the BKB. But yeah, you're right. He does need that BKB. They need to withstand the damage from the Ravage. They need to withstand the Luna Eclipse, which is probably the most important thing to stop with that BKB, because that is pretty painful if you don't have creeps around. You're the only one there. And we're gonna see if he's gonna be in time. Ethereal Blade up on Luna, but no weave form over the top, knowing that he might not be able to get out of there again if he got shackled, for example. But just harassing, making sure that Luna knows that she shouldn't be coming too close to that, and it will be a Helm of the Dominator for that Luna, and of course she can use that also, as we are seeing her do right now, actually, to stack Ancients, because with her glaives, with her bouncing glaives, moon glaives even, she is gonna be able to farm up those Ancients so fast when she has the damage to do so, so we're gonna see her do that. The Universe will hold the lane back mid lane. Sorry.
Yeah, one thing I did want to point out is that the Radiant team has a Queen of Pain that we haven't really been looking at it because he hasn't really been into any fights at all. But he's catching up in farm. He's got Power Tress and got Ogre Club, so working towards that BKB definitely needed as well. Mid lane, possibly just some counter warding going on, because that's where the next target is going to be for the Radiant team, so they really want to be prepared. Unfortunately, the Dark Side is pretty prepared themselves as well. At the moment, they're going to have Nature's Prophet continuing to kind of AFK farm top and through the jungle, and now Luna, because this is a pretty high level game, so you don't really see any in a lot of the pub games where Luna stacks like 10 waves of or 10 stacks of Ancients and then takes it because nobody ever checks it. In a more serious game, obviously, people kind of knows about it. There'll be warding there as well. So after like 1 or 3 stacks, you definitely want to start taking it, or else you might get jacked eventually. So that's why she is going there right now, and she's got illusions, so those illusions are going to help even more in taking out those Ancients, because those Moonglaives do work on those images.
Yeah, that is indeed true, and we have a pause, and during the pause I took the liberty of just going over the items slightly from the dire side. We have Leshreck with the cloak, Tidehunter with the cloak, and that is all because of that Ethereal Blade on the opponent team. They do not want to get sniped off, and they know that they're targets for it, so they prepare themselves for that. And while we have a pause anyway, because Nature's Prophet disconnected and we'll have to wait for him to come back, other than the Ethereal Blade, big items that we see being up. I mean, the Hand of Midas, we already saw that up on the Nature's Prophet, and is using that to farm as fast as he can. And he had 3,700 gold, so he will see an item up on him shortly. And I'm quite curious to see what route he's taking. I mean, there's different kind of Nature's Prophet that you can go from here. I mean, you want to be a semi-supporty, that he doesn't need to have a mechanism anymore. Winter already has that one. But is he going to go for a Sheepstick, for example, to deal with those carries that are coming out from JT, or is he going to go for more pushing? We have seen Nature's Prophets also going for those Necronomicons just to make sure that they have the pushing power, because that is what Quantic right now wants to do. They want to be able to push against JT, and they have to do it now, because otherwise Morphling will get too big, and he is quite big already, I have to say.
Yeah, I think currently the the most logical choice would be the sheepstick. If the sheepstick can be landed on the Morphling before he pops his BKB, all the better, and that means a lot of nukes can be focused down on him. And once the Morphling hits that low, it makes him kind of hesitate on kind of trying to snipe someone off, and he just gets usually unprepared. The sheepstick also as as Hex is just one of the best disables against Morphling because that he can't be morphing during that hex as well. And if he ever hex an image of Morphling, it dies instantly, so it doesn't really matter. It will be good either way. As for other heroes on the Radiant side, I already mentioned the Quaffs items. CM's only got the power trance, but that's all she needs. She's pretty much the war bitch this game. AA on the other hand, also fairly poor, but it's actually working towards a I would say that's going to be another Django for the team. Maybe not, because CK has already got one, and he's going to be working towards a BKB of his own. So there's a bunch of BKBs on the JT team, and a bunch of hoods, or at least a cloaks on the Dara team.
Yeah, both countering what the other is aiming for, because yeah, that is the BKBs is what you need against that Luna. Against that Titan to Ravage, of course, as well. So we'll see them finishing up that one. As I just have to point out, there are no mana boots on the side of the Radiant team. And of course you have Crystal Maiden, but she's not specking your aura all that much, at least now is only the first point and only 1 point in there. So quite surprising to see that one. As what mana boots, there is a Titan with mana boots, but then again, it's a Titan, you kind of need those mana boots to be able to have your Ravage off, well, ready whenever you need it, just to make sure you have the mana for it. Mana pool rather than maybe even just the mana, but the mana pool is just very important for that as well. And of course,
yeah, and the mana boost is just really nice to for him to be able to spam Anchor Smash. Whereas if you have a Soul Ring, you're going to be using that for Gush instead, because that's just kind of what it does. You Soul Ring and then you Gush. Whereas the Anchor Smash comes up every 6 seconds, so you can't be using Soul Ring and then just Anchor Smashing twice to use that Soul Ring mana. So mana boost just seems like the most ideal case in this for this. As for Luna, I think she's gonna need a BKB next, right? Because she can't really get a hood for herself. She needs those inventory slots. So getting a BKB will probably be the best option at the moment. And this is gonna be, I think this is 3 stacks at the Ancients at the moment. So that should be about another 1,000 gold. So she should be able to get at least 2 components of the BKB with that.
Yeah, and one thing that someone from the chat just pointed out, also a great item for Nature's Prophet to pick up would be an Orchid of the Malevolence, because there are so many good targets that you want to silence. Queen of Pain, Chaos Knight, you don't want to be Sonic Wave, you don't want to be stunned, and of course the Morphling, so that he can't morph into strength, and that you can just kill him off as he stands fast enough. So that would be a good item to have on the Nature's Prophet as well, which we might see. Not sure. Did you try to juke my ult at the find? Oh, yeah, because Tidehunter did go down earlier on, so that's why he asked that. We do see that someone is going to go to the bathroom, so there's even more AFKs going to come off here. As just a reminder for people, we are watching, casting in our case, we are watching the 4PL Cup. This is the finals. This is the first game of best out of 3 between Quantic and Jack-to-Back Dota. And so far, it's quite even, so we really don't know who is going to be taking on that game number 1. It is only 20 minutes in, and anything can happen from this point onward. We are casting by Sheever. I have a co-caster called Doc, in case you're curious about that one. And what did you want to say? Sorry.
Well, oh crap, I kind of forgot. That's okay though. That's okay. I'll remember eventually.
Okay.
Yeah, but for now, not really. Just watching some beautiful artwork coming from Blue. I don't know what that was. And now Yellow's gonna draw something. Oh, OMG. Right? Yeah. That's pretty artistic.
Indeed it is. And also, by the way, people, 4PL, you can like them on Facebook, because we want to support 4PL. You can go to facebook.com/4pl.dota2, and please give them some love there, like them on Facebook, because we want to see more of these cups, which is actually every 2 weeks there is this cup. And if you want to see the previous ones, which has some pretty epic matches, you can check out my YouTube, and please subscribe to my YouTube also, because I really need that. youtube.com/SheeverGaming, and you can find everything there. There's even a separate playlist, I believe, for 4PL, so go definitely check that out for some good matches.
You have a Twitter account, right?
I have a Twitter account under the same name, SheeverGaming as well. And
Cool.
the website, SheeverGaming.com as well.
You have
Facebook,
a website.
SheeverGaming.com as well. SheeverGaming, sorry.
Yeah, you have a actual website of yourself. That's nice.
Yep.
You're one step ahead of me then. I still need to make that.
Yeah, well,
I don't know how to make one yet.
You don't have a Twitter either yet, right?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you do?
I just have no followers.
Oh. Give Doc some followers. They can follow you on twitter.com/DocsDota, right?
Yes.
Okay, go follow him.
Nature's Prophet is back, so... Oh, no, don't apologize yet. Someone is still in the washroom, apparently. Yeah, it's... Because I was going to say... Twitter's, I think, is actually really nice because you get these tweets, and especially for people who are streaming, that you can just announce that you're streaming, and then they'll come on or watch your stuff, right?
Yep, I'm mostly using it, to be fair, for the news that comes out. I'm following all the gaming organizations. So, like for example, when Dignitas picked up Pot and Bottom, I was able to see that from there because all the tweets came out. And
cool.
Yeah, it's just the most useful thing for news, I find. Usually those are the ones that have the news first, as we do see Korg picking up these ancient stackers. We're going to see how his gold is going to spike up. He was on 1290 before he started, and now he's going to start killing off some big ones. Let's see what he's going to end up at. Tidehunter is going to stick around for the experience, most likely. He's level 10, so he wants to be level 11. He wants to get that better ulti, and we see indeed 600 extra gold up on the Luna. Picked up 1800 gold now. Oh, and an extra one, so a lot more than that. His Operation ulti is going to scout out that they were going to go for Roshan, and 2100 gold up on the Luna. She's picked up the last couple of big dragons and even has an extra stack just standing there going at the ready. But this looks to be a fight at Roshan, and I do think that the Radiant side, even though they look pretty strong, they cannot take that with the Ravage being at ready there for Pinnacle.
Yeah, especially when they have to go in. There's no creeps around, so Luna's, they're going to have to eat a full Luna's ult. They're just simply not ready at the moment. No BKBs just yet on this team. And as we mentioned many times already, that they definitely need it. Mid tower is actually going to get stopped by... No! Oh, man! Where's the wave? Oh, man! Warflake's so close! He almost got killed to the Fiora's ulti, and he managed to TP out. Despite that, the Roshan has been taken, and it is on the Luna. Yes, it is on the Luna. And she's going to be able to have an easy time now. She's going to be going for her next big item, and she's not going to be that easily ganked at the moment. She has the Aegis, so that would discourage the team from kind of pulling a smoke gank into a next push at the moment. And besides, JT doesn't really need to worry about that. They're the ones that has 2 carries. So they don't really need to. They don't need to try to shut down the Luna as much as possible. Now they're going to try to go for a counter push right now. They have the Luna and the Leshrac coming in, and both Morphling and Quap is going to be moving back. As you can see, Quap already has her Mithril Hammer, so she's almost got her BKB, only 600 gold away. So, as for Morphling, still a little bit behind on that. She doesn't have the Mithril Hammer yet. And CK also farming for that BKB. There's going to be so many BKBs on this team. Also 600 gold away as well.
Yep, indeed, and we do see the gold that's being used by Nature's Prophet. He picked up an Aghanim, so none of the items that we saw. Ethereal Blade being used here on the Leshrac. Weave from through will be enough. Stake Charge is helping out. Nova eating might not be enough. Nice down. Sonic Wave will still finish up Leshrac, but Queen of Pain drops to the Nature's Prophet's ultimate. Morphling drops because Luna's the Calypso was there, and it did so much damage. At the same time, Leshrac, of course, yeah, Leshrac still died, but that's a good trade. Picking up the Morphling as well as the Queen of Pain. They, of course, did pick up Windrunner earlier on the same lane, so that you can take that into account as well. But that excursion was not worth dying for, I would have think. Painted Gold looking for a kill, maybe on his Age of Separation, Age Prophet TPing in, but there's no interruption on the TP, so that is a Rolo TPing out, with Crystal Main having to back off and doesn't have any mana to stand around here anymore. This might be a tower kill, tier 2 tower gonna get squished, and on the top lane at the same time, Korok also pushing, so it is Quantic that's pushing from all sides apart from the bottom lane, which is actually pushing in on themselves, where the BKB is already ready on Tobacco. TP in here from Tidehunter. Will it be in time? I think it is. At least to save the tower. Leshrac coming in as well. 3 seconds on up on Tidehunter, who might die here, but yeah, wow! He is still alive, 50 HP. And it is the Tyler that gets the last hit on the Chaos Knight. And that is the bottom tower secured, even though it's already pretty low. And the tier 2 towers actually keep standing on the mid lane. Top lane did go down. In the meantime, Aegis got popped off on Quark, who is going to try to run away but won't be able to do so. He took a tower, but he paid for it with his life. Even with his double life, if you can count his Aegis with that as well. And he picks up a Manta style straight off the bat.
Wait, where's Manta style? On Luna, right? Yes. Alright, sorry, I kind of missed that part there. But instead of going for a BKB, she went for a Manta style instead. I don't think that was the best approach because she really needs to be magic immune to the Ethereal Blade instead of taking it on herself. And you can see that she went down to the single combo from Morphling. She really needs more tankiness, or at least magic immune, and that's where she's going to be able to get it. In this case, I think she definitely went the wrong item right now. It is more DPS, obviously, and it does dispel whatever silencer is, which there isn't actually at the moment. It does dispel cold feet though, to keep that in mind. And now CK is going to try to grab someone. There is a counter ward right now. Instead, they're going to catch the Nature's Prophet in the jungle. No problem at all. Winner is going to be running for his life. They did lose the ward though. They did lose the counter ward, and now CM's gonna counter that counter ward. That's not a problem at all. And then meanwhile, Quab is gonna be farming a little bit more at top. She's got her BKB, and CK's got his BKB as well. Oh man, yeah, there's would be a stun on the Leshrac, but everyone's going backing up. The Ravage is coming up. There's the Eclipse coming in. The Eclipse doesn't do absolutely nothing because of the BKB coming from CK. CK is going to be okay, but CM obviously got a little bit caught out of position. Is going to go down herself. But at the same time, now what is Luna going to do? Luna is going to have to just continue pushing with the team, but they're not going to push into high ground. Quab at the moment is going to be pushing top. Here comes another TV. That's going to be the tide. They're not going to be able to catch up to her though.
Nope.
And yeah, that's just going to be just a bit more farming going on.
And we do see all the BKBs being about ready on the Radiant side. Morphling only needs 300 gold for his BKB. Chaos Knight, we just saw him putting his BKB to action for the first time. And that was indeed a very useful one, otherwise he probably would have died to this Luna Eclipse. But more BKBs means Luna will be less effective with that, will be more reliant on her right click damage, and even though she has quite a bit of that, is it going to be enough? Wow! I was just thinking earlier as if Luna is not fast enough, but look at her, she now has haste, more movement speed for her as she runs around, but she won't be able to find anything with it, but at least it looks nice, I guess. Jumping around with that Panther of her. Smoke up for the dire side. Let's see where they're going to try to find. Is it going to be the Chaos Knight who's moving towards them right now? Nope, he's just checking if there was a rune, which there wasn't. He has shown himself in this middle lane though. They know where he is. If they can pick it up, maybe they can pick up the last tier 2 tower in the game. And that could be the case. They know the BKB is there and they will be used again. He will be with the Phantasm. They go in against it. Leshrac goes down. Ravis gets used. Kork on the run. Adapter Strike's still on there. 4-star forward. Will still be able to TP out though. And the rest of Quantic on the way out. Queen of Pain looking for an Adapter Strike once again. Landed on the Windrunner. Won't be able to chase it down though. Not anymore. And it is Leshrac that is the only one that died. But I feel they're lucky that they only lost one in that fight.
They could definitely have lost more in that fight. There was a really quick reaction coming from JT, and with that pickoff, that was just so many easy AoEs coming from that. Because thanks to BKBs as well coming from all these heroes. Oh man, Morphling! Wow, he lost a lot of HP in that fight. He's gotta be more careful next time. Pop is gonna be okay. A is gonna be okay. Oh, CK, unfortunately, you're not gonna be okay. You go down, and now they're gonna be transitioning this. Oh, CM almost did not make it there. They're going to be able to push down this mid tower that they really wanted before, and that's going to be the last exterior tower. After this, they can move into the high ground, and if they can win a team fight, then it's going to be 3 Raxes down, especially since they do have a Luna. Those Glazers are going to screw up the base so easily. And here comes the CK still has 25 seconds left, and the blades are flying. Oh wow, the chicken actually got hit a little bit. CM gets picked off, and now they're going to continue eating on this tower. This tower already at 25% HP, still being worked on. We'll try to stall for a bit more time. And here comes the Ethereal Blade combo from Vera. Vera is going to go down. Now BKB is popped, just working on that Leshrac getting chased. And Ice Blast goes on. Actually, not a lot of heroes, but that doesn't matter. Leshrac is going to be okay. Morpho losing a lot of HP. BKB is down, and he's going to eat a lot of Eclipse damage. He goes down, and now Quap is going to be running as well. Quap is going to be okay, but that doesn't matter. Morphling is down right now, so they're one carry, one DPS source short at the moment. Hey, really low at the moment. They're going to Luna is still alive, so she's going to be continuing working on this tower. Tower goes down, and she has Manta up once again. Once those Manta images goes on the Rax, that Rax is going to be going down, and I think this Rax is about to go down right about now. Here comes the BKB. This battle is still not over. Oh man, CK losing so much HP, goes down immediately. Here comes a Scream, Sonic Wave, doesn't do anything, but Ice Blast is going to take out the Luna. Now they know they got to back up immediately, but not before they take out this Rax themselves. What a fight.
What a fight indeed, and they don't look like they're done just yet. They want to go for more, knowing that the Chaos Knight is not there, knowing that the Morphling is not there. They now kill off the Age of Separation. Queen of Pain's still there though, still able to do some damage, even though her Sonic Base is on cooldown, and they know that too. It looks like Painted Gold is going to be the target of Derp. Is he going to be fast enough? Though he has a blink, so he should be fine, and he is fine. Of course, he's going to be chased down by someone who has a blink dagger, has a blink by herself as well. There's the Death Strike, and he turns around, and that should be your cue, Queen of Pain. That should be your cue to turn away. Ravage being used just for this Queen of Pain. The title still goes down, but it is the Queen of Pain that kind of drops there as well. I'm not sure if that was really her goal, but she at least baited out the Ravage, which is actually pretty good. So that they can't use it again to push into the base. And earlier I thought it was quite surprising that they indeed went for the mid lane while the bottom lane tower was already on such low HP, but they ended up getting it anyway, using that pushing power that they have to just take down the tower so fast. And they couldn't, the Radiant side really couldn't do a lot against it either. I mean, they tried, but they lost their carries, and after they had their BKBs used, then that Eclipse just did so much damage. The only reason Queen of Pain got life away from that one was because she was able to blink, but that Morphling dropped like a fly.
Yeah, and you can see like Luna did a really nice job of saving that Eclipse until the Morphling has finally wore off his BKB. It's like a really long BKB at the moment, so she's got to wait, and then once one target is valid for this, then the Eclipse can be useful, and you can see the Morphling dropping off so easily. He's pretty much a glass cannon. I think the Morphling right now needs to have a bit more maximum HP at the moment, because it's just not enough for him.
To be fair,
he definitely needs more.
He has morphed a lot into agility just to be able to make his Ethereal Blade a bit more powerful. And I think indeed that he should be morphing some back into right now. And we do have maybe a go on this middle lane once again. At least there is a Ravage again in 60 seconds. There is a Roshan back up again, which they could go for. Age of Separation is going to scout that one out. Hits on Lashrak, or it's not Lashrak, it's the Panther Woman. Cat Lady, it is a Luna, who is pretty squishy. Look at the damage that she took from that.
Out of position!
Oh, 3 seconds down! Cold Feet as well, and that is a dead Luna, who already took so much damage from the AA ulti to begin with. And that might mean a Roshan for the Radiant team. And it looks like that is indeed going to be the case. No Ravage means no team fight for Quantic, and no Luna means no chance for Quantic. Nature's Prophet's ultimate still does a lot though. Nice Shackle. Will there be a Power Shot as well? Oh, it actually just went through already, and they do back up now. Power Shot will go again. Look at that Tobacco. Already so low there. And they really have to be careful here. They could just be sniped off so easily right now, and they know it too. Universe, full HP, Shackle, doesn't latch. Power Shot, Tobacco, there we go. Painted Gold, 3 seconds until his Ravage, but BKBs are there for Queen of Pain. Doesn't do that much, still uses the Ravage, but he doesn't reach anybody because the BKBs were on, and he goes down. The Morphling picking up the kill for that one, and that will be the cue. No Tidehunter, no Luna still, and that is gonna be the Roshan for the Radiant team. The Universe picks up the Chaos Knight. Power Shot ending that job. Morphling picking up the Aegis. Universe not fast enough for that one. Nan's a Shackle on the Morphling though. Gonna use right clicks on the Derp who goes down to the Tidehunter. Goes down to the Morphling himself though. Universe not happy about that one. The Shrek trying to do what he can, gets an Aegis off, so there's at least something there. And there's Luna again, and they want to go for this. He doesn't have the BKB, and they know it. He could use the Eclipse for that if he wants to. There is still a weave form up to the high ground if he wants to as well, and there he goes. And he gets locked inside the Shroud. There's another losing beam, and that is going to be a kill. Nature's Prophet picking it up, last hit, and that is 3 heroes down on the side of JT Dota, sorry. And I'm not sure if that was worth a Roshan, because this is looking pretty grim for the bottom lane right now.
Yeah, especially since Morphling lost both lost on both his lives there, so it doesn't really matter. Luna right now is actually sitting at a really comfortable position because of the fact that they already have 1 racks down. They can push any time as long as the time is right. They're going to be waiting for the Tidehunter to have his Ravage up, obviously. Not really any to wait on at the moment. I mean, Luna's got her BKB. That's all she really needs, BKB and Manta. And Furion, or Nature's Prophet, does already have the Sheep Stick, which is going to, which you've already seen has been really helpful against the Morphling if they can initiate on him in the next fight. So they're just going to be waiting for like 30 seconds that they're going to be moving towards that bottom racks.
Yep. And they don't have a Ravage yet, but 30 seconds is not that long. Blink in Crystal Maiden, I don't think you want to be there right now. He goes down. And that was just, I think, just 3 hits from Korg right there. And of course the Gush there as well to help out. And it's not that big of a pick-off, but every little bit helps. And they just need to wait for the next free wave. 15 seconds. Time is ticking. The BKBs are off cooldown again though, so let's see if he's going to throw out another Ravage that doesn't hit anybody. But I do think that Pinnacle will probably be doing a better job, but that power shot will clear off some of the creep wave. Shackle! Nice one! Ace Separation. Are they going to go in on that? Yes, they are. At least, yes, now they are! Ravage being used, and BKB's pop on, but it's too late for the Morphling. He's already down. Tobacco, what can he do? Sonic Wave going through in the meantime, but is not doing anything. Queen of Pain drops 4 heroes down, and it is GG in game number 1 for this finals for the 4PL Cup number 11, and it's Quantic that takes game number 1. In a manner that is quite fashionable. I mean, quite in a fashionable manner, I should say it that way, because if you look at the draft, you think, okay, JT Dota, they have this in the pocket with the carry potential, but Quantic's saying no. We're gonna push. We're having a Luna, and we're gonna have a good old time, just picking you off one by one, and then blinking and ravaging and making you dead. And that is exactly what they did. And oh, Korg, gonna try to grab some hero there still who is AFK. We are waiting for Morphling to disconnect, but actually we're waiting for the throw to go down, which is actually going to be faster. So, game number 2 coming up. My name is Sheever, and his name is Doc, and we will be casting the next game as well, so stay tuned for that one. Don't go anywhere, we'll have more Dota 2 action coming up shortly to see which one of these 2 teams is going to take home 400 euros, which is the winner takes it all prize for this 4PL Cup.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned indeed.